so we don't talk to the camera.
I mean, you smile.
Go.
Smile away.
Welcome to another episode, a quick episode of
Rey Nev.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. This episode's a little different than usual.
A little different.
Yeah.
We're doing like a sit down this time. We're doing a sit down.
A little discussion.
Down. Yeah, we're sitting down with two of our agents.
Cigar talk without the cigars, right?
Yeah. Drinks without the drinks.
Drinks without the drinks.
So, real quick, I just had a couple questions for you guys. So we have Kelvin Flores. Who's been with us for how long now?
Well, more than 3 years. Around there, yes.
Okay, 3 years. And Andres, how long have you been with us?
Dude, it's only been like a week.
A week.
Been here for 3 days, guys.
And you are the youngest member of the team.
Yeah.
So at least you're the first to do that.
Yeah.
So
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Youngest person here.
youngest person on the team.
Fresh out of high school to real estate.
Absolutely. So guys, just so that you know what we do now, whenever we have a new agent on the show featuring a new agent, we ask you guys a bunch of questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the first few questions, and then we'll hit you up with the last, and then we're gonna go into a segment that I want to discuss with you guys just to get your feel on it. So first thing we ask is, why did you get into real estate? We'll start with Kelvin, and then we'll go into you.
Well, I got into real estate. Actually, I've been like 5 years, but with the office, I've been like 3. I was selling timeshares. Then I went for a little bit to a broker, then to another broker. But when I moved to Orlando, I like the atmosphere of the real estate. My mom and my family was getting a property.
Oh, okay.
So they're buying houses.
Correct. We was in the home search, and I loved it. I always had that interest, and I took the class when I was your age, and I didn't pass it, but I kept all these years, and until I got it.
Okay.
So you in a good.
Yeah,
You're in a good position.
Well,
Yes.
for me, basically, like that little, I took a gap
This is your
year.
camera.
Oh, it's my camera. Okay. So yeah, after high school, I took a gap year. I was still deciding on what I wanted to do. I wasn't 100% sure. Once I started taking the course, I found a little bit more interest. I dug into a little bit more, and I thought it was a good choice for me since I was so young.
Mhm.
I knew I could if I put in the work, the good things will come out of it. So that's why.
So he had the influence as far as like he's seen the process from the client hand standpoint. You just was just like.
Well, he saw the process too.
Yeah,
I helped his.
Ray,
I helped his dad.
Yeah,
his
he
mom.
helped my parents with our house.
That's how you. Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you to give him the question. So this question's to you for him and to answer for him. So what advice can you give a new agent?
Don't quit. You already got your license. Just keep going, and you got the number one step. You got your license. You took, your first step. Now, you have to keep going. Don't stop.
What other advice can you give him? Let's go a little bit deeper there. What things did you do? Because I know you've been with me for 3 years. We know how your career has tremendously changed in the last 3 years, from being an agent starting off, and now every year you're closing more and more. What changes are you making to make that happen?
Well, changes. You have to lose yourself.
You apply yourself more?
Yes. The more time you put in the business, the more you're gonna see, the more people you talk, the more you come to the office. That's not what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah,
that's something I've not been doing.
Yeah.
But now, that's one of my goals this year.
You say discipline was probably one
Discipline.
of them. It's been helping you?
Yes. I'm working on it. But discipline.
Well, I'll tell you this from my
I'm gonna be honest.
My personal experience with you is I've seen you change tremendously.
Right.
I've seen you going from closing a few deals a year. Now you're closing tremendously higher than you did in the past. And every time that I see it, I see you more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You feel more comfortable with the process. Where before it was challenging because you're learning. You're going through the learning process. But now I feel like when you're out on the street, you know how to deal with the customer. You're more comfortable with it. So, what got you to that comfort level?
Well,
stop wearing suits. That's what it is. That's what it is. The first time I met Kelvin, he only wore suits.
Yeah, because
I've noticed
this from times and all that.
You're doing better now, and you're not wearing suits.
Yeah, it's getting hot. I can breathe better. But
that's what it is. The suits were holding you back. It was restricting you.
Correct. Yeah. Anything that makes you feel good and comfortable and better will work.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be stages, and then you start learning. It's always gonna be learning. I keep learning every day, and
Yep.
I always want to keep that
Yeah.
student mentality, and
Yeah.
that will get you more. Yeah.
So
I keep learning.
what advice would you have to someone just taking the test?
Studying,
Study.
I think would be the most important. Like
What-
advice I could give.
What part of studying? Like what would you tell them to focus on?
Their vocab helped, like it helped me a lot, for example, because I tried to just like memorize that, like all the concepts and everything, and it was getting really hard to memorize everything. So I started focusing on like learning like 10 vocab words a day, and that's
So
when
learning the words of the business.
yeah, that helped a lot.
And that's really important because you're here every day, and that's how you really learn the words of the business because you hear us saying it.
Yeah,
That's really important because now when you get on the phone with a client, they're still gonna ask you how old you are, but you're able to talk more intelligent to them
yeah,
because you're in the profession.
And one of the things that I would tell both of you is always understand, obviously, with you getting the amount of deals that you're closing, and the award, you got awards last year. The one thing I will tell you guys is repetition is the greatest teacher, meaning the more deals you do, the more closings you have, the easier it gets every single time. So the more deals you close or the more customers you work with, the better it's going to get because you learn more. And that knowledge, it doesn't come with age. It comes with productivity.
Yes.
Always remember that. So you could be the youngest person in this office, but if you close the most deals, you can be the oldest person when it comes to real estate.
Yep.
Because you know more than the guy that just came in, no matter what age that person is.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Let me go to the next question. Next question.
Hold on, that's me. I have the next question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, yeah, who do I want to ask first?
Start
So-
with Calvin. Because Calvin's
So, so why La Rosa Realty Orlando?
Why? Well, that Rosa, I've been years in Orlando. I've seen it growing. Plus, first I heard about Ray.
What you hear about Ray?
And I heard great things.
Well,
Okay.
the thing is I work with his wife, so we worked for a long time at a different firm together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then at that point, she called me up and she's like, "Hey, my husband wants to come work. He wants to do real estate." I'm like, "Yeah, tell him to call me." And then we talked and we sat down, and she probably talked a lot about me because she saw how hard I worked. Because we remember,
That's fine.
right.
yeah, when we worked together, she
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's how I met Kelvin.
And then, and why I'm still here because, the help I have Ray, I have everybody, I have you, I have the entire team. I have you now too.
Yeah.
So, that's why.
Yeah.
I was in Colorado, I learn everywhere you go, you learn. But,
Yeah.
I feel like family here.
Yeah,
That's why.
we are a family.
We're a family.
That's how it is here.
We are family. That's why I'm still
So-
here. And I want to.
Me
My
personally,
fault.
with that, with why La Rosa is because, I I knew Ray before all of this, and I actually saw like how when he helped us with our houses and everything. Like even my mom was telling me how good he worked, and well, when I first came, once I got my license and we talked about everything, he explained how everything worked here. I from the bottom of my heart, I was like, yeah, this would be a good environment for me. And the short days I've been here, it's only been a couple of days, but it genuinely feels like a family.
Let me ask you a question. Your first day was that Thursday,
Yeah.
and we had Team Thursday.
Oh, that was a wild first day.
You were not supposed to be in the meeting, but you were. What did you take away from that day?
Dude, I don't know. It was how do I explain this? I knew it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be hard work to be here, but I also felt that vibe of the family, how everyone gets along, how everyone wants everybody else to be successful, to help them, and I really like that. Yeah.
Did you expect this type of vibe from an office?
To be honest,
From a real
no,
estate office?
no, not at all.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't-
is crazy. Wait till you come to next Team Thursday. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We get crazy on
Yeah.
Team Thursdays. It's crazy. All right, so Neville, I have one last question before you go into yours.
Okay.
So, what has real estate changed in your life? Like, what has it brought to you now that you've been doing it for a few years? And what do you think? What's the biggest change you've made because of real estate, or what has real estate attributed to your success and changed your life?
Changed me as a person, and I always like to help people. That's
That was always in your nature.
But real estate helped me, to see things different way that you can help other people that you didn't see on the other side. And the way it changed my life, I can become a better person and, better dad and, helping everybody and
Let me ask you a question.
more stuff that, that we can.
Tell me a closing. Tell me a closing that really impacted you. Like it was a difficult one, and when you got to the closing table, that family was so grateful. Tell me how that closing went. Tell us the story.
Well, it's been a few like that, but it was one, it's
The one that
special
hit you the most. Yeah, that one. That's the one I want to know.
It takes you so hard to, certain things from closing that, if we go with detail, we don't stop.
Yeah.
But after you make that close, you see that after you close that, that transaction, you see the family so happy, pictures, new moments, and so much happiness that sometimes between before closing, you start getting tough. The client have to move and stuff like that.
It's stressful.
It is, and you have to be more than a realtor. You have to be a friend and more and a counselor until they get to the finish line, the closing, and they have the property and they can have those moments.
Yep, exactly.
You see all those pictures and
I'm seeing a lot of pictures lately. I'm just saying.
And they call you and they say thanks, and the best way to say thanks, they give you a referral.
Yes.
You love
That's
that.
another way.
We love that.
And one of the biggest things about that, and you've gotten a lot of referral business, a lot of that attributes to your performance.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to get that referral, you had to work for it. And I love that. So you get a lot of referral business. So that's
I had someone tell me that real estate. He was like, I just don't understand how real estate agents stay in the business. It's like y'all are addicted to it. He's like, y'all are worse than crackheads. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't understand it when he said that because he was joking. But then I thought back on it. I'm like, every single deal is like, there's no better feeling than when you close and that family gets into that house.
Yeah.
Like you can't match that feeling, and it's almost like that's my driving factor right there. Where it's like I just want to get that feeling again, but I can't do that if I don't close another house. So it's like, dang, I really am chasing the high.
Yeah,
Correct.
and that's a lot of agents can compare the same thing. I'm like, dang, okay, he wasn't wrong.
you're waiting for the next closing, because it is a high to us. For me, it's the thrill of the hunt, like getting the deal done, negotiating, finding the deal, all those things. I enjoy that. And then signing on the contract. I don't know about you guys, but I still get excited when they sign on the dotted line. When somebody lists with us, I still get excited when they sign.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for a long time. Columbus discovered America, and then I got my real estate license. That's how it works. So, but in regards to you, how has it changed your life prior to real estate? Obviously, with your parents going through what they went through in the sense of they bought 2 houses.
Yeah.
And you seeing that, now fast forward to now, how do you think it's going to change or impact your life?
Well, hopefully it I got stuck in my words. I hope it has like a positive impact to my life. You know what I mean? I've always feel like I've been the person that works hard for what they want. So I feel like bringing that here to this career will not just help me, but will also help a lot of other families. So
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good.
So-
All right. Nev, you got the next one.
So if we met a young Kelvin in high school, who would he be?
First of all, just so you know, when you answer this question, we want to know like the truth. Like, who was Kelvin in high school?
Kelvin?
Well, Kelvin in high school. Let's see. Let's rewind. Well, I was a good student. And I was a good friend student.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I was.
So when you say you were a good student, you're talking a 4.0?
Nah, I'm not that guy down up there in the 4.0, but
He was passing.
I was passing. I graduated from Cypress Creek, and I made it. I graduated.
Were you popular? Were you?
I was actually a barber since high school.
Oh, so you were popular.
So you were popular.
You were that guy.
I was that kid, cutting
Okay.
hair, trying to
About a
graduate, and I got from, I was fresh from Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So
I didn't speak too much English.
You was cutting hair in
That's
the
why I
bathroom.
didn't pass the, I can't excuse it.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I say I was your age, I went to real estate school. I didn't speak too much English.
Yeah,
I still improved.
You
my
could
English.
have took it in Spanish though.
Yeah, but the words is always different.
It
I don't
is.
know.
It is.
But yeah,
Word.
I should have tried, but
So Kelvin was
Hey,
just
here
work
am
out.
I.
yeah.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah,
You're
man.
here. You're still here.
So Kelvin was just passing his classes, cutting hair in the bathroom between classes.
Yeah,
In school, you used to get that call. Hey, you gonna fade me up tonight
Go
after
fade
class?
me
You
up,
gonna fade me up?
right. But, yes.
Making that high school money, boy.
The high school money
Yeah.
at home.
So Andreas, how long have you been out of high school?
2 years now.
2 years. So
Yeah.
what kid were you in 2 years ago?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I changed every year. I changed differently. But I mean, I was always like, I was cool with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I was friends with everyone because I wasn't that close with everyone.
Yeah.
But
Did you have a close group though?
not really, to be honest, because I played soccer. So
Okay.
my
So your team.
friends, no,
You're an athlete.
nah, not even like that because I played for a club.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Away from school.
my boys was always the ones in my club team.
Correct.
So I was cool with the ones from high school, but it was never that same bond.
Okay.
As a club team.
Yeah, as a club team, they felt like family.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like I was just another.
I
high
know
school.
him since he was a little boy.
Really?
Yeah.
So what type of kid was he?
He was very quiet, but he was always into sports. He was always into sports. Like, cause
Okay.